So in this video we will discuss all the anticoagulants that are used in orthopedics. So first is the Coumadin, more commonly used by the name of the warfarin. So it is inhibitor of the vitamin K epoxide reductase enzyme. So this will in turn cause depletion of all the vitamin K dependent clotting factors. So these are all the clotting factors that require vitamin K for their activation, and warfarin will act upon it to inhibit the production of the vitamin K dependent clotting factor. Second group is the heparin group. Heparin and the low molecular weight heparin. Low molecular weight heparin is also known as by the name of enoxaparin, and enoxaparin is known by the name of the Claxane, by the brand name Claxane. So heparin or low molecular weight heparin, they will act through the antithrombin pathway. They will activate the antithrombin pathway. Antithrombin pathway will further act in two ways. It will cause inhibition of the conversion of the 10 clotting into a activated form of the 10A clotting factor. So this is the one of the antithrombin pathway. Second is by the preventing the synthesis of the thrombin. So antithrombin pathway will act in two ways, by causing the depletion of the 10A clotting factor and by causing depletion of the thrombin product. So this heparin and the low molecular weight heparin, they are the indirect inhibitors. Why they are indirect inhibitors? Because they act through the antithrombin pathway. They are indirect inhibitors of the 10A clotting factor and the thrombin product. So in this category is another anticoagulant known as by the name of the fondaparinux. So this fondaparinux also acts through the antithrombin pathway, but it uses only this pathway. So it is indirect inhibitor of the 10A clotting factor, and it does not proceed into this pathway. So this is only a indirect inhibitor of the 10A clotting factor, and it doesn't inhibit the thrombin part. So this is the difference between the fondaparinux and the heparin group of the anticoagulants. So newer generation of the anticoagulants are the rivaroxaban and the apixaban. Apixaban is known as by the name of the Eliquis in the market. So these are they are the direct inhibitor of the 10A clotting factors. So here we have dabigatran. This is again a direct thrombin inhibitor. So heparin and lower molecular weight heparin, they were the indirect inhibitors, but here rivaroxaban and the apixaban, they are the direct inhibitor of the 10A clotting factor, and dabigatran is a direct inhibitor of the thrombin synthesis. So another important anticoagulant used is the aspirin or ecosprin. So it acts by decreasing the prostaglandin synthesis, which will further cause the depletion of the platelet aggregation. So if the platelet aggregation won't occur, the clotting of blood won't occur.